live from Lodge's Wonders with Guido Torreni from Parmigiani, CEO. And you're going to talk us through the new watches that you launched. Where shall we start?
Wherever you want.
There's a lot of beautiful
We have
watches.
something on the PF Sport and the Toric. Probably you want to start from the Toric. What we are showing today is the first complication after the launch of last year was the Petit Second. Yeah. And here, this year, we're coming out with a new movement, which is a perpetual calendar. So the Cantem Perpetuel is interpreted in a way that, as you can see, is extremely pure, very Parmigiani, where the concentration of the perpetual calendar is condensated into coaxial counters in order to give room to the reading of the time, which is hour and minutes. You always have to repair two hands in every watch, whether it's a two-hander or a grand complication. You want to know what time is it, and the first degree of information is those two hands. That means that the rest of the information is in the background in order to be pleasant and to be pure in the reading, because every time you look at the watch, you don't want to know that it's the 3rd of April and it's also a Wednesday and it's a second leap year of the cycle. So it's this information. And we managed to do that by having a very balanced dial. If you draw a line from the PF logo to the pivots of the counter, you will see a perfect triangle. And that is the balance of the aesthetics, that is starting from the movement, because the two pivots are constraints. Before knowing in which watch you're putting it, it's already a design constraint. And it works on this opening specific, it works on this layout to give you a pure reading of the time. So it's a simplification, if you want, of the complication that allows you to enjoy pleasantly at the time.
Looks very good. That's already, you know, at the moment that I saw the pictures of the watch, I was already sort of in love with it. The cleanness of the dial is absolutely spectacular. It's so back to basic function, and I think the entire Torreni touch on the watches for Parmigiani since you took the helm is very recognizable and extremely stylish.
Thank you, thank you. Well, we keep the finishing of the gold dial with the Grenet artisan finishing. The colors that we chose are extremely important because
light blue is also very beautiful.
This morning blue is very pleasant. It fits very well the platinum. Here you have what we call a golden hour. It's more looking at the light of the end of the day. Very pleasant, very calm. All the serenity that we need, you know, to enjoy luxury privately.
5M rose gold dial.
Yes. And 50 pieces numbered. There are 2 limited editions for 50 owners.
Super nice. Super nice. Shall we move to that side?
On this side, we're going to revisit the first world premiere that we did. It's the GMT ratrappante. You know, Parmigiani is about discretion, it's about not bragging about yourself. It's a GMT that is not a GMT when you don't need it, and it's just a two-hander. And when you are traveling, you want a flawless experience. So, as you know, we invented this way of reading the time while you're traveling. And when you come back, you really want to go back the shortest way and as quickly as possible. So, by having the ratrappante function, you're back back to home. And for the first time, we're playing with a new color. This is a green that has some blue in it. It's called Verzasca, which, for those who don't know, it's a beautiful valley in the south of Switzerland, in Ticino, where there is a river that flows, and it creates in the rocks a natural swimming pool, and the water is between green and blue. It's a secret place, and not many people know. I hope that it will remain secret, but it's a beautiful place in nature, and the color is inspired by that. Our colors are always subtle. At the end, we don't want flashy colors. We want colors that put you at peace with the watch, and with serenity, because it's about enduring the pleasure. We're not having colors that worn you out in time, but they have to be very sophisticated, very easy to wear, but also specific. So it's quite an interesting, subtle choice. Continuing with the greens, you have the skeleton, which as another limited edition. It's a stealth, is a slate green that amplifies the finishings of the movements You know that we play with a brushing, vertical brushing on the top. Below, on the bottom of the platine, you will see a sandblasted, which is more matte. And then on the angles, on the chamfering, you have a mirror polishing. So these three finishings with this beautiful green are enhanced and are much more visible. And again, for 50 happy few, we will have this limited edition. And the third for the PF is a chronograph. I know you love chronos.
Exactly.
And for once, size matters, but we're taking away some dimension, 2 millimeters less.
It's smaller, yeah.
It's 2 millimeters less, and we took away also the date after the success of the Golden Sina last year on the Micro Roto. There's been a strong debate, don't date, and in the chrono, it allows the perfect symmetry of the three counters with no interference. And this is another blue color, again in the same palette. It's called Morning Blue, and it will be in steel only. And then going on to the sport, I liked your reaction when you saw this watch.
It's very monochrome.
It's very monochrome, yes. I fell in love with this material when I saw it the first time because it is a high-tech material that reflects the light in a very powerful way. You see that when you polish it mirror, it reflects the light and it interacts with where you are. If you are under blue sky, you will probably see fades of blue in your glaze. If you are under a white light, it will be more metal. And you see it here, it's almost like steel. It depends on how the light is. And it's called Ultra Cermet. Cermet is not a new material, but this is a new patent because the color of the Cermet is in a shade of gray, not because you have injected color into the composite, but because of the natural composition of it. You have 32% of atoms of titanium in here that allows the light to be reflected in a metallic way, and this gives you a luxury feeling to the...
What is the production process? Is this like a ceramic sort of case that is baked in an
Cermet
oven?
is a crasi, so it's a condensation of ceramic and metal. And but this color doesn't exist until this watch came out because it's a patent of the supplier that composed the Cermet, which presents itself like powder, little beads, and you use the most homogeneous beads in small dimension. They are compressed, they are heated until they before getting to liquefaction, to melting, and they are crystallized. And to respect that design, we had to decompose the design of the case in 14 parts in order to be able to create this world first, because nobody ever did in Cermet a full case.
Is it difficult to machine this case?
Completely difficult, extremely difficult. You need diamonds to work the surface because it's unscratchable.
And how did you find this material?
I found it in 2019 because I was exposed to it, and then when I entered in Parmigiani, I tried to look for it, and with the supplier, we worked 3 years to get this design right, because it's extremely difficult to craft, and the exigence of the Tonda PF design are very challenging.
I mean, it's not the easiest case to machine, so...
No, and it's very expensive too, because it's not a simple round case. You have enormous reflections of the light to create, and each reflection needs a specific component. Even the bezel, you think it's one piece, it's two pieces, because you have to do the polished side separately from the noodle part, and then you assemble it together, and it has to perfectly align. So it's a nightmare from a development point of view.
Pushers and crown.
Everything in Cermet.
And the dial?
The dial is in black art, so it's a treatment in gold and nickel that gives you this color.
Perfectly blends in, as if it is of the same material. Quickly, one more question about the Toric perpetual calendar. The base movement, is that
the same base movement of the Petite Seconde? Yes.
Yeah.
And you have the 60-hour power save there. We kept it manual, so it's the beauty of the collection is all around manually winded watches. before being automatic, all movements, all complication were only manual. So even perpetual calendars, minute repeats, and everything was most manual in ancient times. And we had to keep this origin of tribute to mechanical, manually winded watches in the Toric collection.
Yeah, and I can remember last year you also said that you prefer that the owner has that interaction with his watch to wind it on a daily basis, or a few times a week at least.
But it can happen that you don't wear a perpetual calendar every day, so it's very easy to set the time. You have 3 pushers, one for the date of the month, one for the date of the week, and one for the 48 months of the leap year cycle. So you don't need a watchmaker to set the time. It's extremely easy. You just have to follow this order. And so in 5 seconds you have done your setting. So
that's super convenient indeed. One more question also about the PF chronograph. Yeah. What is the dimension now?
40.
40. So it came from 42 back to 40.
So all the PF is in 40, with the exception of the automatic that goes also in 36, and the calendars that are 42. But we really want to differentiate the chrono from the PF Sport in 40 to the 42 from the PF. In 40, so the sportier version is 42 because it's a little bit bolder and it's more in line with a sportier look, and the elegance and the fit of this 40 mm it's really.
I mean, it's beautiful to see that 40 millimeter case completely filled with the movement, no big spacers around or anything. So it's typically something that watch lovers really admire.
You will feel the comfort putting it on. It's really something.
Absolutely. Very nice again. Guido, thank you so much. It's
a
beautiful collection.
Always a pleasure seeing you.
Likewise.
Thank you.